The dean seemed to move her bar because the field of view turned upside down, veering while around Sophie's quarters in the schoolmaster's tower, which the wolves were violently remodeling while Professor Manley supervised it. Thankfully, Sophie didn't notice before the crystal ball settled it on the historian's painting of a tan, copper-haired boy kissing Sophie. Sophie turned the crystal ball back on herself. I had the fairies copy the boy's image, and with those giving details, I asked all the teachers and students of both schools if they recognized him. No one has ever seen this boy before, not a single person, which, given his accomplishments and skills last night, seems rather impossible. There is something familiar in his face, though, something I can't quite put my finger on. She coughed hard, clenching her chest, appending the ball. As it resettled, Agatha noticed that the black ridges under Dauphin's eyes had grown deeper, her face seemingly older overnight. Professor, I know you want us to retrieve the rest of the quest teams, said Agatha, but you don't sound well. We can come back to school and help you, Sophie agreed, suddenly alert. That's my quest as dean. No, your quest is to follow my orders. Besides, I'm fine, though my crystal ball is running out of time for today. So pay attention. Dauphin insisted, her voice still shaky. After what's happened with Millicent and Chadwick, I don't want any more students hurt. Find the remaining quest teams immediately, bring them onto the iGring, and return them to the school for good and evil, where they'll be safe. Also, I've spoken to Guinevere. More of the snakes and tests have been forwarded by the lion in Mahadeva and Frostwood. With the lion on his tail, the snake will surely storm Camelot and try to take it by force. If Camelot falls to the snake, so will all the kingdoms of the woods. Guinevere is working with good and evil leaders to quickly build an army to defend Camelot from the snake and his massacres. Tetros, meanwhile, is riding out with Lancelot to meet the lion tonight and find out who he is. If this lion is indeed a loyal ally, he will be a crucial asset to fighting the snake when he and his army assault the castle. Tetros is riding into the woods? Agatha asked, butting stricter. The lion is meeting him? Sophie asked, perking up. Where? The two girls overlapped, then glanced at each other, frowning. Sherwood Forest, said Professor Dauphin. It's the only safe space near Camelot where the snake can't get to Tetros. Not so safe anymore, said the voice. Agatha, Sophie, and Dauphin raised their hands. Dot held up soggy parchment stamped with the sheriff of Nottingham soon. Since Agatha hasn't been using her courier crew, I sent Daddy a note after the 4 points telling him I was safe. He has sent back a letter saying those eerily sneaky things were spotted around Nottingham last night. They haven't attacked anyone or done anything bad, but they're slipping in and out of people's houses as if they're searching for someone. If the snakes in Nottingham, that's next to Sherwood Forest, where Tetros and the lion are meeting. Sophie blinked at her. You ever dropped it on everything we were saying? Ever dropped it? You were yelling, said Beatrix, looking up. About the lion, said Annabel. And the kiss, said Nicola. And how you don't know his name, said Hot, stone-faced. Sophie kisses Raffle, Sophie kisses statues, now Sophie kisses lion with no name, said Kiko. My mother said, kiss too many boys, and you turned into a snail. Preach, said Hester. Sophie pursed her lips. Dovey suddenly looked worried. Screams in Nottingham? Girls, there were over a dozen good and evil leaders at the Camelot Summit. All of them know Tetros and Lancelot are riding to meet the lion in Sherwood Forest tonight. One of them could be a spy for the snake. If so, the snake might try to attack Tetros in Nottingham before he loses him in the forest. Dovey cast open her quest map, inspecting it. Looks like Tetros is already close to the Nottingham border. A message won't reach him in time, and Merlin hasn't answered any of my letters, so I don't even know where he is. If Tetros is ambushed, it'll fall on Lancelot alone to protect him. She referred to the girls. But your crew has the advantage of numbers. It's our only option. You must find him before he meets the lion and warn him he may have been betrayed. We'll set our course to Nottingham at once, said Agatha nervously. We can't let him be attacked, Dovey pressed it. We'll save the lion like he saved us, Sophie breathed.